What's going on, Tamers? It's us, Tamers Alliance here. Brian, aka Crowing, and my partner.
And I'm back here, Rudy, aka Omega.
All right, we got a pretty good little games for you. Beelzemon versus Sleepy Apocalymon, I
Yeah,
think
that's
is what
right.
we're gonna call it.
Yeah, Apocalymon does get the sleep mode out and
It
put it
is
under
very
him,
good.
and it consists of the Dark Master engine with the is Beelzemon engine. So
Yes, all the Gizamons and everything.
that's right.
Yes. So Impmon here. Beelzemon has a pretty standard turn. Impmon, and then I and Mako search top 4, add like an evil wizard or demon lord, I believe. But I and Mako is more importantly used for the stacking later.
Right, and that trigger effects of, especially if you get like Death Slinger, get
Oh,
those memory hits, 2 memory, and you get that mill to the trash, which is kind of cool.
the best part is they just gain 1 memory themselves too.
Right.
So you really, the memory chain is crazy. So we go into Witch here. Witch mills 3. We use I and Mako to stack 1. I believe he stacked the Rivals Barrage so that you could set it for later.
Yeah. Right.
Yes.
Another strong support card there. I mean, if you see a pieces that you like, essentially you have your trash as your second hand, which is kind of cool.
Yeah, and it's a big second hand too. Beelzemon putting 30 cards in the trash, very common.
Right. And then on the Dark Master sides here, I get the Gizmon engine, which lets you search a lot, and also the Uko with the free swing. So this is one of those another purple leg that kind of plays 2 games with you, like check your security, lower you down there, and kind of put a pressure on you, while also setting up that Dark Masters on the trash. And
Yes.
hopefully when he gets to
And
Apocalymon and just mills you out.
so here you play the Astamon, which on play and when Digivolving lets him Digivolve into the sleep mode. Tuck the rage mode under, become unaffected, and now you just have an attack negator hanging out. I believe he only has like 3 cards in his hand though, so that's only 1 attack. It takes 2 discards to negate 1.
Yeah, but that discard, that's very well needed for this engine to work.
Oh,
So you want those the cards in the trash.
Mm-hmm. And you
So-
want as few cards in your hand as possible for
Right.
rage mode as well.
Right.
So here we play the Impmon. We swing in. I believe it's the Yamon here that's going to mill 2. And then we mill the Beelzemon off the Balmon mill. We mill Beelzemon, who plays an Impmon from trash, and then also pops a level 3, I believe, right? But it just scales up depending on how many you have in the trash.
But this Dark Master deck with the Gizmon engine, he can set up a lot of blocks. And when he dies, he brings another one out. So that's
Yeah,
why you want those Gizmons in the trash, yeah.
The big blocker one is really good.
And then
It's a sneaky blocker.
right, so you have a redirect or cancel attack effect, and also blockers. So there's a lot of
It is
protection
very
in this
difficult to get to their security.
deck. Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
And it's so consistent. The Gizamon engine is outside of the Eismon engine that you can't really play anymore because they've limited everything. It's probably the best purple engine.
Right. Although this engine here also uses the Ukumon, the older Ukumon, and I think with that bets kind of significantly slows this down
Oh yeah.
a little bit,
I agree with that.
because you lose that 1 gain memory, and this deck doesn't really use a lot of memory gain per se. You
And
use
that
a lot of
surge
like
is super
cycle.
important.
Yeah.
There's no other real way to get the Apocalymon outside of like analog use. So without Ukos, it's kind of hard to, get to.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, but the Balmon dies here. We play the Beelzemon off of the Balmon dying. Then D did evolve his rage mode. And then his whole game plan is kind of ruined. We swing in with the Uko dies. Demamira lets you trash 1, draw 2. But
Yeah, I mean,
his whole rage mode game plan kind of the EX6 Beelzemon is crazy.
it is crazy. I mean, the Digivolve too, and
Yes.
the fact that it's an on play too, it's just nuts.
And he has Rush. You play him off the Ballmon, he can swing that turn. He makes the deck, I think, back to maybe not tier 1, but tier 1.5.
Okay, I can see that.
We get to get big Apocalymon. He's gonna mill like 8 or 10 cards,
Which is kind of nuts.
Kind of help Beals a little bit, but look at all those Death Slingers that just got milled.
I mean, if you're a Bills player out there, you kind of have to worry about your deck a little bit, getting milled out fairly fast because you're already milling yourself, and this Apocalymon it's gonna mill you out too. But who benefits who? It's the question.
Yes.
I mean, I think it's a good.
Everybody.
Yeah, you gotta have to get like a really good timing on how you're gonna use your Apocalymon if you're going against something like a self milling deck like Beelzemon.
Every Beelzemon player I've ever met does not know how to slow. You know, they go pedal to the metal at all times. So I think they want you to mill them.
And the fact that it has 4 Rivals Barrage on the whole entire set on his field is a testament on how many cards in that.
He can just add whatever he wants. He's got the Warp Itmon in the back currently, and it's like 7 memory. So we go here, we warp because you have 20 or more in trash. You warp into the Beals. I think he's gonna become the ST, the starter. Yeah, the starter deck Beals for 3, and then mill 4, then gain memory 1 for every 10, and there's at least 2, like 20. But I think there's 30. He gains 3 memory there, and then that Beals gains two checks down.
Oof.
So on that swing, he gets 2 checks in, and he goes here until Beals X. And since he has 30 cards in the trash, he trashes 3 security, and then he swings with the other Beals for game.
Oh my god, insane!
Yes.
So if you
Beals
get your
X
pieces,
is so good. I think Dark Masters kind of is getting jumped in this matchup because they're like, I'm gonna mill you 8 times, and Beals is like, great, I'm at 30 on turn 2.
yeah. So the fact that that's why you gotta find that perfect time to mill him, so maybe he doesn't get another turn.
Yeah, you have to calculate it very well.
Right. And it sucks because when you mill him and he sees his memory gaining cards mill,
Steals turn from you.
steals turns from you. Oh, well, you're already ending your turn, but you're just giving him more memories to work with.
Yeah, and 7 is a lot. Is a lot for Beals, who can just gain memory freely almost.
So I don't know. I mean, I don't know if there's a good timing for Apocalypse to come out.
No, I think you go way faster than him, or like not get your Rage Mode Digivolved is the only actual like way. Like he wins if his Rage Mode doesn't leave the field. So we're doing Geek 1 shenanigans here, popping 1 to play the other for a reduced cost.
Yeah.
Drawing cards. And then they also have the Tamer guy who plays the sleep mode, or he tucks himself under sleep mode to do more shenanigans.
Yep.
Oh, that Ballmon looks so good. That is the tournament entry pack one, I think. Oh.
Yeah, it looks like your Akira is your turn when a card with Beelzemon's name will be played, by deleting one of your Digimon with Gizmon its name, just to play cost by deleting the Digimon. That's kind of cool.
Yeah.
And you can tuck it in under Beelzemon, so
that they all, blow each other up to just become, I really like the one that kills the breeding area one. That's a spicy little mechanic.
Yeah.
We're just gonna get defensive with sleep mode here, being able to negate 2 or 3 attacks depending on what he has. Go in, mill 3. That's the Beal, so he can play an Imp from trash, but I don't believe he has one yet. We are going to mill 2 from Wizard, and then 2 from Ya, and also should be 2 from Itmon X.
And there goes another rival set, which is Again,
The
gives
best
you
part about
access to the
Rivals is
trash.
that it's May. You don't have to. So if you have 9 in your trash and you need 10 or 19 and you need 20, you can just leave Rivals in there. Oof. Hard playing the Balmon's kind of rough though.
It is.
Classic deals shenanigans.
Yeah, but I feel like the Dark Master deck, even if you give them too much memory, they run out of options to play with that memory.
Oh, yeah.
Obviously,
All
you
their
don't
stuff
want the memory,
Costs
but
a lot too.
yeah. So I feel like if you go ahead, have so many memories, because none of them gets rushed, and
How nuts is it that he just played 2 Beelzemons off of? That's insane. He just both Balmons died. He played 2 Beelzes. That's actually crazy.
purple deck that does cycles like that is I feel like this is where Bandai's over engineering purple decks, to be honest.
Yeah,
with you.
Bandai loves their purple. They love their red hybrid, and they love just purple.
And yeah, I mean, and then they over engineer and they make it very strong, and they have to look for cards to ban, like ice mode, scatter mode, had no
Poor
business
Iswan, man.
being run 4 of them, and they could just plug into any purple deck that needs it. Like, it's crazy. And the fact that they're only just hitting it now, it's, you know,
Yeah, purple date. I swear a new purple card gets banned every ban list. They really swing in here. It's crazy he has 2 Beelzemons on board now. Just for rage mode just existing and blowing up his board, he like plussed.
and those are extra checks that gonna be hard to protect
Yeah,
against.
it's just-
I mean, they're pretty
You
big,
drop another BLX on top of that. Trash some more
Mhm.
security.
but I feel like he can cycle his Gizmon enough that he could probably get enough blockers on the field.
He
will
needs the
say.
big one. The big one is the only blocker.
Right.
I think it's like 18. They all have acronyms. So we go into Witch, we draw, we use Ayamako, we're going to stack here. Probably stack a memory game thing. Something spicy.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, just kidding. We're not going to stack. We're just going to mill 3. And it's
Okay.
all trash. Sometimes in BLs you gamble and you mill only Itmon.
Classic Beelzemon.
Not 20 yet. It's like 16 or so. He's looking for 20. That's his magic number.
Fancy.
We're
Here.
going with Witch here. Itmon X mills and then Yaman mills.
Yeah, now he got his 20 cards.
Now he should have 20.
Block
He's
there.
going to block.
Just fine.
He almost has to. He has to protect his security like it's... You can't... The way that they can trash security in Beelzemon, you can't let your security ever get hit.
Oh, yeah. Yeah,
we go
Beelzemon
Beelz X here.
Beelzemon will definitely just eat your security up.
Game 1 memory, trash 2. Now swing in.
Swing. One check.
1 check.
Asta. Another.
So
Jesus.
That's so dumb.
Nice.
That's so dumb. And then another Beelz X trash 2, swing in for game. Beelz X is crazy.
Yeah, I mean that's the problem probably with the Dark Masters. They don't really have a lot of security that you check into that kind of scares you a little bit. So you'll just want to
their
swing.
guys are big. Their security guys are big, but they're not. They don't have as good effects.
Right. I mean, it's like a royal. It's the same thing with the Royal Knight things, where you don't really want to swing with a Royal Knight deck because they're big. But this one is a little bit less more scary because they're not that big, like 11s. Yeah.
All right. Well, thanks guys for coming by. Hanging out with us, watching the little gameplay. We'll see you next time. Be safe out there, tamers.